Twitter is messy, but oh god, do I love it. I remember the other day I was looking up coronavirus stuff and I saw one of the high up people commenting on behalf of the Olympics was named Dick Pound. That I was so happy to see this trending like an hour later. Oh my god. So with Twitter being already so messy, it can turn into a complete show when celebrity drama is being aired. But it's also hella entertaining. That is why today I'm going to be listing the top 10 savage celebrity Twitter feuds. Hey, what's up, IOers? It's Mackenzie Smith here, and without further ado, let's just get right into it. Starting off with number 10, we have the Kardashians versus Chloe Grace Moretz. This is probably one of the more epic ones on the list, and sadly, Chloe got destroyed by practically the entire Kardashian clan after this. So this all started when Kim posted a nude photo of herself. Then Chloe tweeted, "Kim Kardashian, I truly hope you realize how important setting goals are for young women, teaching them we have so much more to offer than just our bodies." Which personally I don't really think was all that harsh, but then Kim clapped back by saying, "Let's all welcome Chloe Grace Moretz to Twitter, since no one knows who she is. Your nylon cover is cute, boo." And then Kim wrote that the same day, and she was referring to the nylon cover here because Chloe is somewhat nude in that picture. So after this, things were done with that specific feud, but the tensions between the stars didn't stop there. After the Kardashians were getting heat on Twitter nearly a year later for something not all related to that, Moretz low-key called out the family again by saying, "Everyone in this industry needs to get their heads out of a hole and look around and realize what's actually happening in the real world." And since Kim's sister Chloe sensed the shade here, she responded with a much circulated photo of a blonde girl having her bottom exposed at the beach, believed at the time to be of Moretz. To which she wrote, "Is this the hole you're referring to?" Then Moretz went back on Twitter to clear up the rumor that the photo wasn't about her, but it didn't matter at that point because people could not get over how savage Chloe had just been. Next up at number 9, we have Nicki Minaj versus Taylor Swift. So this is only the first time Miss Swift is on this list. Look out for her in another one. So Taylor and Nicki Minaj had a feud back in the day, and it all started with the announcement of the nominees for the MTV Award for Best Music Video. So after the noms were announced, Taylor took to Twitter to celebrate Bad Blood getting nominated. Then shortly after, Nicki made a tweet saying, "LOL you guys, did we miss the deadline?" referring to the fact that she wasn't nominated. Then Minaj continued, "If your video celebrates women with very slim bodies, you will be nominated for Vid of the Year," which now made people believe that the tweet and the one before it were about Taylor. So Taylor got defensive, writing, "I've done nothing but love and support you. It's unlike you to pit other women against each other. Maybe one of the men took your slot." Minaj then responded, "Huh? You must not be reading my tweets. Didn't say a word about you. I love you just as much. But you shouldn't speak on this, at Taylor Swift." Then a little while later she continued saying, "At Taylor Swift, I'm still confused as to why you tweeted me when I made it abundantly clear." And then she attached a picture of another tweet basically saying that Nicki wasn't shading anyone, she was just mad that she hadn't gotten the nom. Then after that, things were getting super awkward and tons of other celebs got involved, like Bruno Mars, Ed Sheeran, Piers Morgan, and even Katy Perry. But we think the ladies are okay now. And at number 8 we have Trump versus John Legend and Chrissy Teigen. For this one, Trump was mad at Chrissy Teigen and John Legend for taking some of the credit away from him for criminal justice reform. He started off the feud by tweeting, "A man named @VanJones and many others were profusely grateful at that time. I signed it into law, no one else did, and Republicans deserve much credit. But now that it's passed, people that had virtually nothing to do with it are taking the praise. Guys like boring musician @John Legend and his filthy-mouthed wife are talking now about how great it is. But I didn't see them around when we needed help getting it passed. Anchor @Lester Holt NBC doesn't even bring up the subject of President Trump or the Republicans when talking about it." Also note here that he didn't tag Chrissy in the tweet, as that becomes important later. Then John decided to clap back here, tweeting, "Imagine being the president of the whole country and spending your Sunday night hate watching MSNBC, hoping anybody will praise you. Melania, please praise this man, he needs you." Then adding later, "Your country needs you, Melania." Then Chrissy, who's basically the queen of Twitter at this point, got involved saying, "LOL, what a pussy bitch. Tagged everyone but me. An honor, Mr. President." But he probably didn't tag her because he actually has her blocked. Back in 2017, she reported that Trump had blocked her on the platform after she said no one likes you. But her digs at the president started way before then. Next up at number 7, we have Rihanna versus Ciara. This feud was started by Ciara, who claimed on Fashion Police that Rihanna had ignored her when they met at a party. She said, "I ran into her recently at a party and she wasn't the nicest," referring of course to Rihanna. She continued, "It's crazy because I've always loved and respected what she's done in fashion. It wasn't the most pleasant run-in." Rihanna was quick to respond, tweeting, "My bad, C. Did I forget to tip you? You gangsta, huh?" Ciara then replied, "Trust me Rihanna, you do not want to see me on or off the stage." That's when Ree replied, "Good luck with booking that stage you speak of." And then Ciara responded, "Pure comedy." But thankfully after all that they realized this whole thing was taken way too far, and Rihanna tried to make up with her saying, "Ciara baby, I love you girl. You hurt my feelings really bad on TV. I'm heartbroken. That's why I retaliated this way. So sorry." To which Ciara responded, "Ree, you know it's always been love since day one. Doing shows and everything. You threw me off at that party. Apology accepted. Let's chat in person." And then after all that they deleted all the tweets, thus ending the tiff. In at number 6, we have Kanye West versus Jimmy Kimmel. So these are two people that I would have never assumed would have a feud because Jimmy is just such a low-key guy who doesn't really start beef with anyone. But it all started when Kanye saw that Jimmy Kimmel had spoofed an interview the rapper did with BBC Radio in September of 2017 using child actors. In a stream of all capitalized tweets, West called Kimmel out of line and claimed his ex-girlfriend Sarah Silverman is 1,000 times funnier than him. Saying things like, "Jimmy Kimmel, put yourself in my shoes. Oh no, that means you would have gotten too much good pussy in your life." The comedian seemed to laugh off the insult by responding, "Apparently at Kanye West is very very angry with me." And then asking if it's not too much trouble at Kanye West, would you mind using at Jimmy Kimmel? Thanks. Then finishing it off, "I like you too. Glad we cleared this up." Seriously, I think Jimmy is just one of those people it's impossible to stay mad at because thankfully he and Kanye cleared that one up pretty fast. Halfway through at number 5, we have Bette Midler versus Ariana Grande. Again, another super unexpected one. Bette started off this fight saying in an interview about Grande, "It's terrible. It's always surprising to see someone like Ariana Grande with that silly high voice, a very wholesome voice, slithering around on a couch looking so ridiculous." Bette continued saying, "I mean, it's silly beyond belief and I don't know who's telling her to do it. I wish they'd stop. But it's not my business, I'm not her mother. Or her manager. Maybe they tell them that's what you've gotta do. Sex sells. Sex is always sold." So Ari decided to clap back with kindness at that time, as she is a huge fan of Midler's. Ari tweeted, "Bette was always a feminist who stood for women being able to do whatever the F they wanted without judgment. Not sure where that bet went, but I want that sexy mermaid back. Always a fan no matter what, my love." Then adding a picture of Bette in her younger years wearing mermaid lingerie. Ari continued saying, "And I will still quote the First Wives Club every single day of my life, LMAO." Ari's just so precious. Like after that I'm sure Bette was really regretting her snarky comments. Bette responded on Twitter saying, "About my screed on at Ariana Grande, all I can say is spoken like a reformed old whore. She does have a beautiful voice on a couch or off." So thankfully she used a little jab to herself to apologize to Ariana. Next up at number 4, Rob Kardashian versus Rita Ora. This online commotion began when Rob tweeted the following message before quickly deleting it saying, "She cheated on me with nearly 20 dudes while we were together. I wonder how many she will sleep with now that we're apart." But I mean 20? So Rob didn't name names, but pretty much everyone knew who he was talking about, because soon after, Rita began trending when everyone was pretty sure he was referencing Rita Ora. He followed up on the above saying, "How can a woman who is so busy trying to start her own career have the time to be with so many dudes while in a relationship?" He didn't stop there either, tweeting again, "When a woman cheats on you with one man, I can live with that. People make mistakes, trust me, but I've forgiven numerous times. But when a woman disrespects herself by messing with more than 20 men, all while being in a relationship with a faithful man." So here, Rob definitely did not hold back, and Rita never publicly responded, although they obviously broke up shortly after that. All I can say is, geez, what a mess. But if that's true, like, how did she possibly have the time to hook up with 20 dudes? Like, she deserves a Guinness World Record or something. Because I think locking down even one is like pretty hard for most women these days. In at number 3, we got Amanda Bynes versus Rihanna. The tirade began out of nowhere, with Amanda writing, "At Rihanna, you look so ugly trying to be white," followed within minutes by a message blaming the singer for being assaulted by her ex-boyfriend, Chris Brown. Then Bynes deleted her posts, but quickly came back to tweet, "Chris Brown beat you cause you're not pretty enough." Big yikes. The actress then tweeted a post by Rihanna, "Look who came to see me, my lover Stella McCartney." To which Amanda then responded, "No one wants to be your lover, so you can call everyone and their mother that I almost named my new dog Rihanna." Honestly, I think I lost brain cells trying to understand that last one. Then Rihanna subtly clapped back saying, "You see what happens when they cancel intervention?" Amanda then clapped back saying, "Unlike your fugly faced self, I don't do drugs. You need the intervention, dog. I met your ugly face in person. You aren't pretty, you know it." So this is just a huge mess, but I wish I could know what happened for Bynes to get all crazy for no reason. Like, she called Rihanna ugly so many times. I'm low-key convinced Rihanna like stole her man or something. Like, what would cause this random feud. Next at number 2, we have Chelsea Handler versus Nick Cannon. So this is another one that got way out of hand real fast. Chelsea Handler started it by tweeting, "I heard Nick Cannon is starting a comedy tour. Who's gonna do the comedy?" And although in my eyes, that was just a lighthearted dig, Cannon fired back. Everybody knows at Chelsea Handler had sex with the head of E for her show. So when it's cancelled, does he get residual for the returns? Okay, what? Just a slight overreaction here. He also said, "Wow, at Chelsea Handler, I actually used to have respect for you as a comic, but for one artist to diss another in the same art form, #tasteless." But the feud turned ugly after Handler suggested he drink some grape soda before he tweeted at her again. The actor then dissed the comedian's past relationships and career in a handful of mean tweets. One such post read, "Just talked to 50 Cent and he said you made Chelsea Handler get G-Unit tattooed on her balls." I don't even know what that means. So yeah, just really unnecessary on both of their parts, and I hope there isn't too much bad blood between them. And finally for number 1, we got Kim K versus Taylor Swift. So here's that other T-Swift story if you were waiting for it. And this is one I'm sure we all know. Back when Kanye dropped his song Famous, Taylor quickly spoke out about the demeaning lyrics that were said about her. But Kanye defended himself by saying he asked Swift for permission to put the lyrics in the song, which Taylor denied, saying, "Being falsely painted as a liar when I was never given the full story or played any part of the song is character assassination." But what she didn't know is that Kim had recorded the whole interaction, and the world found out when Kim tweeted out that the proof was on her Snapchat, tweeting, "Wait, it's legit National Snake Day? Question mark. They have holidays for everybody. I mean, everything these days." Showing in the video that made it clear Swift knew about and approved the song before it was released, and people on Twitter started calling her a snake as a result. Then this started the infamous hashtag Kim exposed Taylor party. Then Taylor defended herself in a huge notes app photo that she posted to Twitter. Basically in summary just saying that she was mad Kanye never told her she would be referred to as that bitch in the song. But to most of us it looked like she was just trying to save face after being brutally called out with receipts. So that's all for the Twitter savageness. Let me know in the comments who shocked you the most. My vote might honestly be for Bette Midler. Like, it was just so out of nowhere. Now speaking of comments, I'm gonna finish off comments. So these are from my autocorrect fails vid. Kim W said, "I wonder how many of these were actually speech to text fails rather than autocorrect, because speech to text messes up a lot." Sounds like number 6 was exactly that. Okay, I saw a few comments like this. I completely forgot that that was a thing. That's totally what it was, I'm sure, for a lot of these, because there's no way you could send these crazy texts without double checking them unless you were driving or you couldn't read them beforehand. Good catch. Next, Corey S said, "Not an autocorrect fail for me, but when I was younger, I did once program someone's autocorrect to change their yes to a no and their no to a yes." Oh my god, I remember when this was a huge trend on the internet, everyone was doing that. Honestly, we should totally make that a thing again. My parents would absolutely lose it. They can barely even Google without me. Sweet Wildflower said, "Do Charlotte and you share wardrobes? By the way, thank you for the upload." Honestly, we don't yet. But now that you said that, I think we definitely do take outfit inspo from each other because, we're around each other so often. I'm gonna keep my eye out for that now. Maybe you guys will see me in an all leather number at some point because I know she did that iconic look the other week. Okay, well that's it for me today. Sub to IO for more videos like this and drop a like down below if you liked. And I'll see you guys in the next one.